Google searching for your next big creative idea? Well, has it worked out? It didn't for me. But I know what will. I know the exact process. I know the exact workflow that will help you break through the ice, break through the mind block, and get you to your next big idea. Welcome back. My name is Daryl and you're watching GoBeyondDesign, the only place where you get to know all the agency level concepts, workflows and design secrets that no one is telling you about. I know how difficult it can be when we have to come up with new ideas for a campaign, when you have to come up with new ideas for artwork, how difficult it can be. If we can get it one time, it's good. But we have to come up with such great ideas, such intriguing ideas, one after the other, because of course this is our profession. How do we do that? How do we make it into a process that can be followed and which will help us to deliver excellent results every time? I've laid out everything here in this video so that you don't have to go to another resource ever again. I'm going to cover all of this in this video, but this video is going to be a two-part series. The first part will be dealing with how you will brainstorm ideas. The second part will be dealing with how you will actually manifest those ideas, how you will visually represent those ideas into your artworks. So the first part is something I'm going to take up right now. Stay tuned, watch this video till the very end. Do not miss a second of this. Now people would ask me, how would I come up with such ideas in such short period of time? Sometimes I can come up with ideas in say half an hour and 1 hour. Is it that simple? Am I gifted? Are other people coming up with ideas so quickly? Are they gifted? I think not. I think anybody can do it. I think you can do it. The only thing that you need to do is to keep building that library in your head. What do I mean by this? What do I do on a daily basis or on a very frequent basis that I'm able to come up with such ideas in such short periods of time? Basically, I keep watching videos, reading books, attending lectures and workshops of things that are design and are related to design. Now, what do I exactly mean are design and related to design? You know, we have got to take care of our craft. You know that we have to be technically able. You know that we have to follow all the trends which are going on in design. We know all of that. So this is craft. And what are related to design? Things which are related to advertising, which are related to marketing, which are related to business models, which are related to other ways how a business makes money and how it wants to get to its client. Client relations also is another part. Now, when I study all these through books, when I watch videos, when I watch webinars, when I watch lectures, those things are already there subconsciously when I'm thinking about a specific problem that I have. So it's like an arsenal, it's like a library which builds up in my head, which I'm able to use, which I'm able to access when I so desire. I cannot say it in any other way other than keep building your arsenal, keep building knowledge, keep studying, keep watching videos, keep building that arsenal, because you never know when you will need it. Now we move to the next point, and that is the discovery phase. You need to uncover the problem. Now what do I mean by this? You have to identify the demand or the requirement in the niche or the micro market that you're in. Who is your prospective client? What are their needs? What are their wants? What are their desires? What drives them? Who does the customer become when they avail your products, when they use their services? So these are those fundamental questions that you need to answer before you can even begin to think about what do you want to make, how do you want to make your campaign, whom do you want to make your campaign for. So before all of these, we have to understand these fundamental questions, we have to answer these fundamental questions, we have to uncover these fundamental questions. You have to basically play to the emotions. I know people buy out of practical thinking, but if they were to think about two things, if they were to think about if this is logically what I require and if this is what I feel I require, they would always go for something that they feel they require. My first example is that if you were to sell a 70-inch television, how would you exactly sell it? Would you sell it to a person who's just graduating from a CRT monitor to an LED screen? I think not. Would you sell it to somebody who moves a lot and cannot handle such a television when he is moving from one place to another? I guess not. So what would be the ideal person who you would want to sell it to? That person would be someone who already has a television, a good size television. That person doesn't really require a television upgrade right now, but he's intrigued by the new technology which is coming up. Maybe that new 4K television, maybe that new 8K television, maybe it's the new technology with all the bells and whistles. It's that person who would go ahead and buy that. Why would he really buy it? Because when he buys that television, he wants to show other people that he's somebody who's tech savvy, he's somebody who knows what he's doing, he's got the latest and greatest gadgets, and he was smart enough to buy it when they were at the lowest prices. So now you get to know how people really behave. People rarely behave out of logic. They usually make buying decisions when they feel like doing it. Now let me give you another example. If you have to sell a homecome office, what is the idea that you will sell it with? You will sell it with the idea that if you buy that homecome office, you will be the smart professional who will make the right choice. You would not buy a house and an office independently. You would buy a homecome office that serves both the purpose. You become a smart professional. Another example would be if somebody would buy a Harley Davidson. Who would that person become? That person would become somebody who wants to be associated with the bad boy attitude. He would want to be associated with a brotherhood, a band of motorcyclists, which he could ride with on open roads. If you have to sell a new iPhone, you would want to make the person believe that the person who's buying it is a forward thinker, has exceptional taste, and he knows what he's doing. If you are selling a studio apartment, it has to be associated with a symbol of independence. It could make a youth independent, somebody who's just moving out from his parents' place. It could be a small family who's planning to give up paying rent and move into a new home of their own. Studio apartment could be the perfect choice for them. So now do you see how do we associate products or services with the emotions of their consumers? You have to play to the emotions, and this is the essence of this point. In this specific point, we are going to talk about how do we research on how to exactly come up with ideas which will resonate with the audience. At the same time, it gets what we want to sell to the people who want to buy it in a way that is intriguing. Now we start researching with keywords. You can start researching with things which are related and not related to your niche. Now this could be anything under the sun, moon and stars. You could be looking for things related to real estate, but you could also be exploring fashion, architecture, art and design to get inspiration. Let me give you an example. If I was to be searching on selling a 2 BHK apartment, I could be researching on a art channel, or I could be researching on wildlife, and then I happen to see a nest that could easily be associated with a home, with a dwelling, with an abode. A pet side could ignite an emotion. Somebody could associate a kennel of a young puppy with a new home. So it doesn't really have to be associated directly with the kind of keywords that you're researching it for, but all what we are trying to do here is that to come up with ideas that would resonate with the feelings of our audience, and that is what it is about. Now for the exact places where I go for my inspiration, my first go-to place would be Pinterest. The second would be on stock image sites. Only the last preference would be a Google search, because usually the way these images are tagged and categorized in are much better on sites like Pinterest and other stock related sites, because you see a lot of junk on Google and it can really take in a lot of time and effort from you without giving you results. So my first go-to place would be Pinterest. I would look for ideas through keywords, and then I would make mood boards that would actually curate these ideas. A visual representation of my curations would be an ideal thing if I want to take a break, or if I want to come back to the idea after a day. Visually seeing those things again would help me just get back into the zone which I was using to brainstorm these ideas. And that is something that you should also do. Curate mood boards which represent or brainstorm your ideas. In the previous point, we were speaking about how we actively problem solve. Now, on to the next point of how we do a passive problem solving. There are some times when the active problem solving fails, or you want to come up with a better idea. So then I start with the passive problem solving. And of course, you would need some more time for passive problem solving. So it cannot be used for things which are tight on deadlines. But in a place where you have time, you can do an active and a passive problem solving. I definitely would recommend this way, using both the methods. To talking about the second method of passive problem solving. So in the day, I would do my active problem solving, and then late afternoon I would take a break, or I would do other thing and not think about it at all. I would not even go back to those mood boards again during the day, but those things will be there in my mind, because I know I have to come up with a solution for this problem. I have to come up with a branding idea. I know it's there in my mind, but I'm not actively looking for answers. It's there in my subconsciously. Now during the day, I might have ideas and sparks seeing other things in life. I might be working on some project, and another project could actually spark an idea, or I could be moving out, I could be walking out, I could be looking at billboards and advertisements while going home, while reaching home, while shopping, so there are several ways I can actually accumulate ideas by passively problem solving. And if nothing helps, just sleep over it. I bet if you sleep over a problem, you will get answers in the morning. That has always worked for me. Earlier, I used to think that I am little crazy myself, because how do I come up with ideas while I'm sleeping? But then later on, I did find out many people do that. Many people keep a notepad by their side to get to catch those ideas whenever they come in their dreams. I can be jotting down those ideas in my mobile notepad when they come to me while I'm driving, while I'm going to shopping, and even if I have an extremely bright spark in the middle of the night, I would not let it fly by. I would catch it and put it on my mobile notepad, and that is what I do. So this is what passive problem solving is. Like I have told you, do an active and then do a passive problem solving. With these two done together, I can guarantee you're going to get excellent results. You won't just get one idea, you'll get quite a few ideas. People looking at your ideas, hearing your ideas, will be very pleasantly surprised. They would think that you're a genius, but we know how we did it. Now with this, we come to the end of the first part of the video, where we've covered how and why do we need to discover what the client needs, what the client wants, what the client desires, and how we will be able to sell him a specific idea by playing to the emotion. I wish this workflow, this knowledge makes a difference in your professional career as well. If you think this video, this lecture will give value to your professional career, please comment and tell me how you will use this. Please tell me what are the steps you will take to implement these ideas. Please like and subscribe this channel. Share it with your friends. I want them to also benefit out of this. My name is Daryl. You're watching Go Beyond Design. See you until next time.